Hello. So, in our previous video, we have learned the basic syntax of if statement. What was the scenario in if statement is that if 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 keyword, and after that we have to mention a condition in round parenthesis. After that, there is a couple of statements that gonna execute it whenever this condition is true. So in real life also there are some scenario. If this condition is true, then something gonna happen. But there is also the case when if condition is not true, that means condition is wrong, then something will happen, isn't it? So same goes to this programming language also, in this concept also. If there are one group of statements if the expression evaluate to true, and another group of statement if the expression evaluate to false. Okay, so if condition is true, one group of statement is executed, and if condition is evaluated to be false, then another group of expressions evaluated. Okay, so let's understand using this example. In this example, there is a company, let's say XYZ, and there is one employee. Okay, I will not mention my name because over here salary is very less. In this company, basic salary is less than 1500. Then HRA is 10% of basic salary, and DA is 90% of basic salary. But if his salary is either or equals to above rupees 1500, then HRA is equals to rupees 500, and DA is 98% of basic salary. So what we have to do is to calculate the gross salary of candidate. Okay, so just revise this. If there is one employee and his salary is 1500, okay, and now he wants to calculate his gross salary. So there are certain conditions. If his salary is less than 1500, then HRA is 10% of basic salary and DA is 90% of basic salary. But if condition is wrong, what is the condition? The condition is basic salary is less than rupees 1500. Okay. If condition is false, then HRA is equals to rupees 500 and DA is equals to 98% of basic salary. Okay. So let's just understand it using flow chart. Over here you can see that there is one start, and but obviously stop, it has to be there. And after start there is input BS. Okay, BS for base salary. So this is in a parallelogram. That means this is something like input or output statement. Okay, input or printout statement. When user entered his salary, after that this program will check for condition. What condition? If his base salary is less than 1500, if yes, this is yes part, that means condition is true, then some calculation will be happen. And if condition is wrong, then some calculation will be apply over here. Okay, and after that this both part are executed. Then after that this control is completed over here and goes to next processing part, that is to calculate our gross salary. In this gross salary, it is a summation of your base salary, HRA and DA. Okay, and finally we are going to print gross salary. So how do we do that? For that, first of all, we have mentioned our purpose of program, calculation of a gross salary. In main function we have declare variable. Now just watch it carefully. Over here we have not used integer data type. Okay, why? Because there are conditions like this. There are some calculations based on this condition. Some calculation will be performed over data. So this condition may produce a fractional numbers. That means 100.19, 25, 11.123. Okay, so this is a fraction number. So this is called a float number. That's why we have to use float data type. Okay, over here we have used not used integer data type. Whenever there is a complete number like 11, 10, 13, 15, 20. Okay, these are the complete number. Then only we have to use integer data type. But whenever there is a calculation like multiplication and division, basically division, then it is required to declare data in float data type. After that, we have enter message, enter basic salary, scanf. Why? Because if we have put a message and enter basic salary, then we have to take input from user. Okay, so for that, over here our first argument of scanf function is %f. Okay, %f, we have used %f instead of %d because over here our bs variable is of float data type. So whenever there is a float data type variable, we have to use %f. Over here we have to use %f. After that, there comes condition. What is condition? If your base salary is less than 15, then some calculation will be performed, and that calculation is your HRA and DA. Okay, and this, if this condition is true, okay, if this condition is true, then this calculation gonna executed. Okay, but if this condition is wrong, okay, then here comes our else part. So HRA and DA will be calculated like this, and after execution of this statement, okay, you can over here can it be a case when it can be true and both at the same time? No, never. Okay, condition can be true only or it can be a false only. That means either of this section, like this blue one or this green one. Okay, either of this section only one will be executed only. It is not the case that whenever it is not the case when both part will be executed. Okay, so either this or either this. And after that, we have to calculate our gross salary by summation of HRA, DA and basic salary, and we have just put a message, your gross salary is this. Okay, so let's just perform it over here. So our first line is my purpose is to demonstrate use of if else statement. Okay, so after that there comes our include section. Include, we are going to use printf scanf statement. That's why we have to use stdio dot h preprocessor directive. After that, here comes our void main function. Void main. Now, first come our variable declaration part. Okay, so first variable declaration part. Okay, so what are the variable we are going to use? The first one is your base salary. After that your HRA, you are going to calculate your HRA. Okay, so that's why to store your HRA amount. So HRA, then after DA, then after your gross salary. After that, semicolon. Now, what is missing part? That is data type. Okay, so here it comes float. Why we have used float? Because you can see that there are some computation over this data. For example, while calculating HRA, we have applied division by 100. Okay, so whenever you divide this number, you can get any kind of data. For like it will be a complete number or it can be a fraction number. Okay, like it can be a 11.25 or it can be a 11 or 25. Okay, so for to maintain our integrity of our data, we have to use data type accordingly. Okay, there if there is a chance that variable have to store fraction number, then it is better to declare it as a float data type. After that, here it comes printf statement. In printf statement, we have to use, just put a message, enter salary. Okay, if user want to give input, then we have to store it into particular variable. So we have used in which variable we are going to store this salary. This is in base salary. Okay, so just base salary. Okay, and here it comes our semicolon. Okay, you can see that while declaration of variable we have used float data type. Okay, so over here, okay, by mistake, over here in scanf statement we have to use %f instead of %b. Why? Because this is a float kind of variable. If I have written integer instead of float, then I have to use %d, but I have used float. That's why I have to write it as a %f. Okay, what does it mean? It means you have to store input data in this memory location of variable base salary, and whatever is gonna store in this memory location is kind of float. Okay, so once we have stored our salary successfully, then what we have to do is we have to check for condition. What kind of condition? Your base salary is less than 1500. Is your base salary less than 1500? Then there are certain steps to be executed, and if this condition is wrong, then there are certain steps to be executed. Okay, this both scenario not gonna executed together, but either this. Okay, now if base salary is less than 1500, then what will happen? Your HRA is going to calculate it like this. It is 10% of your base salary. Okay, so base salary and 10% of its base salary, that means like this. Okay, and your DA is 90% of your base salary. So this is like this. Okay, and if condition is false, that means your base salary is not less than 1500. Okay, so at that case your HRA is fixed, that is 500, but your DA is very high. Your DA is base salary, 98% of your base salary. Proper spacing between operand and operator is required. Like over here, assignment operator, I have used space on both of sides, like in this multiplication signs and division sign. Okay, we have done our if else part. Okay, and after that we have to calculate our gross salary. Okay, gross salary, and it is nothing but just addition of your base salary plus your HRA amount plus your DA amount. Okay, then just simple printf Okay, don't forget T over here. Printf your gross salary is, and after is there should come your salary. Okay, so salary, gross salary is kind of float data type. Okay, so we have to use percentage f, and what is variable name in which our gross salary is stored? So that is gross salary. Variable name is gross salary. So write it down, gross salary, like this. Okay, now after that you can see that I have used integer main. What does it mean? Your main function return an integer data. Okay, so it will not gonna error if I have not written it down, but it is just a good practice to follow prototype. You have mentioned that integer, so you have to return 0. That means return integer. Okay, now store it, save it. If else example .c file. Okay, save. After save, just compile it. Okay, compilation done successful. After that, just run your program. Enter your salary. Let me enter 1000. Your gross salary is 2000. That means your calculation is perfect. Okay, again second time. And now your salary is 25,000. Your gross salary is very high, 50,000. Okay, so this is our if else part. Okay, I hope you understand it and try to practice more and more example.